first on the list is probably the Stygian Observer deck. I'm not sure I even own Stygian Observers. This one was built by Icicle. I do not own Stygian Observers. Rip Spirit. So as I understand it, the idea of this deck is you play this guy as early as possible, and then you'll play this lady as early as possible, and then you get loads of value off of her, and buff up a handful of, I think, rush minions and scary things. Hey, Nonverber and Yoshi Games, thank you both for joining. Nonverber says, I had a weird idea recently, but I think it's not going to work. Well, you've come to the right place, so hit me with it. We can give it a try. Blood Tier. So this deck is presumably quite heavy on minions. We've got some basically early fodder and stall. I like her artwork. Yeah, I like the big mace thing. It looks impractical but fun. I like the jump when she attacks as well. It's nice. Crypto, very useful for Darkfire Sacrifice decks. Mentor, likewise, good to make lots of things. Sarlacc, which I guess gives us, oh, wrong one. I guess gives us reliable DFS fodder and also easy ways to trigger Stygian Observer immediately. The idea is to play Wanderer, give it to your opponent, and bounce it to their hand, where it will be locked. Problem is you can only do it once. What, Wanderer with... what's it called? Oh, a Synaptic Arbitrage. I mean, they can maybe play it in the really late game, right? I'm going to clog their hand with 3 or more Wanderers. Have you considered just playing, like, Sphinx? Because Sphinx does a similar thing. Obviously, they can break the clog by giving you the spell, but you can eat up their hand and then play, like, symmetrical draw effects, and they mill more because they've got a Sphinx thing in hand. And then it eats up their mana. Wanderer Destiny is checked at the beginning. Oh, you're right, they changed it, didn't they? Saber Spine. What happens if it's the mirror? Jammer. Observer we have already. Revenant. Good, I still have these. IFS. Lure for some cheap removal. And Chakram, which is also a good way to key off of frenzy rush minions. Sphinx is the more reasonable variation, but not as funny. That's fair to say. I think if you actually managed to pull that off, it would be quite